very important review. This is for us this year.
This is a very intense review.
Definitely. This is one that I think a lot of metal fans have been waiting for, anxiously waiting for it to see what the material sounds like, what it's all going to be about.
Yep.
And
now, waiting since 2012.
So this is what we're going to talk about today. So this is the new album from Lamb of God. Now, as far as the album title, they've announced it since May, and so I've had some time to try to practice it because I've managed to screw up the title, on more than one occasion here. So this is VII, Sturm Und Drang. I feel like I just brought a curse onto this house by uttering those words.
Voldemort. You summoned some demon no one's seen.
Now, it's time to finally talk about this album.
Man,
I love it.
I love this album too. We both love this album.
I definitely think this band is, kicked it up a notch, especially after Resolution. Resolution to me was not their
most
work.
mediocre album. I liked that Lamb of God went back to doing like 10 tracks on this album. Actually, well, it's 12 with the deluxe edition, but and even those tracks are pretty good.
Yeah, I thought when I first saw the track list, I said 10. I said that's kind of short.
Yeah, exactly, but that's more closer to like Ashes of the Wake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like going back and it shows. I feel like there's more focus to this album than like what Resolution was. Resolution started off like Desolation and Ghost Walking, and then after that it's like this album loses like complete focus.
But I don't feel that way with this album.
I don't feel like this
album
do that.
Packs a punch.
Listen,
absolutely.
From like the beginning to end, it's just bangers. Like I know a track that a lot of people felt strangely about was Overlord.
Yes, that'd be probably the oddest track on the whole album.
And for me,
so.
I think Overlord actually presented like a lot of it showed a lot of. This is definitely the most ambitious Lamb of God album.
This is the most diverse Lamb of God album
I think everybody,
I've ever heard.
Yeah, I think that everybody can have a general consensus on this. That this is one of the most ambitious albums they've ever done. It's a very impactful album. As everybody knows, Randy spent some time in prison
in the Czech Republic.
And so a lot of these songs are, and I think didn't they try to focus and like really emphasize that this wasn't all about prison. Like
yeah, there's obviously a lot of references to the time that he spent in the prison and afterwards, and
Still Echoes
everything.
Still Echoes, which was the first single that was released off this album. That's about that time solely in prison. But yeah, so Overlord was I actually liked Overlord. Overlord has a little bit of an Alice in Chains feel to it.
It was very odd the first time I heard it, but then once it picked up, I said, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, when you get it in the context of the whole album, it's a little bit different. Favorite song on the album? Go.
I know my three favorites. I know my three favorites
as well because I couldn't pick one either.
All the ones that start with E are my favorites.
Yep.
Erase This, Embers, Engage the Fear Machine.
Yep. All those tracks were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like, what is it, 512?
Yep.
I like 512. Embers. It motivates you, not in like a Shia LaBeouf-esque way. Like, just do it!
Yeah.
That should have been guest starring Shia LaBeouf. That Engage the Fear Machine. Actually, you know what, dude? It definitely is probably one of their best. It definitely is.
I rank it up there.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see what you guys think about it. But 512, Embers, and Anthropoid. I actually like that track a lot. So that's probably be my top three. But I think as a whole, there's not a bad song on this record.
No. As far as guest vocals, which track was better? Was Embers or Torches?
I think you and I already kind of talked a little bit, but I'm gonna say Embers.
Embers is way better than Torches.
Yes. All right. This was my worry. All right, because Embers, for example, Embers is such a good song. It's such a an OG Lamb of God song. Like fast, fucking everything up.
And then the fact that Chino from the Deftones is in it too, my favorite band,
makes it awesome, right? But
makes it the best.
It was such a good idea actually to have him on a song for them.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like both tracks that featured guest vocals on this went on a little bit too long for the guest vocals. Mm-hmm. Now I understand you want to showcase what that person, but it's like almost the entire last third of the song is just Chino. And I felt like while I was listening to it, I remember being like, boy, he's been singing on this for like a long time. It's a Lamb of God track. A lot of people probably won't, I don't know, maybe you won't agree with that, but for me, when I was listening to it, I was like, maybe this is like going a little bit extra. But, nevertheless, still one of the best on the record. Phenomenal song.
Josh was concerned before this album came out.
I was very
concerned. When he heard Still Echoes,
I thought
back in May when they released that and they announced, this album and everything, I didn't hate it, but I think I might have been a little concerned myself because it wasn't.
It was a little.
Still Echoes is definitely not the best song.
It was a little resolution-y.
Yeah.
It was a little resolution-y, and I was getting
Still
nervous.
Echoes does sound recycled.
Yeah, and it sounds like an extra song from Resolution. It really sounds like an extra song that maybe they didn't finish for Resolution.
That's where some concern drew, was drawn. But then, when 512 was released, this.
That song is awesome.
I really, was happy when I heard that.
Yes, that was the moment when I was kind of like, all right. And then they released Embers, and I was like, all right, there's hope. This is Lamb of God bouncing back and doing it right again.
Definitely.
Way better than Resolution.
Definitely one of my favorites of the year.
Lamb of God. Que bueno.